Thanks for staying on the marketplace. Welcome back. Now, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta has indicated that luxury tax on vehicles would be reviewed in the mid-year budget review presentation. George Wiafe was at a media engagement organized by the minister and has come through with this report.
Government last year introduced a tax for more than 3-litre engine capacities. The move was then part of efforts to help deal with revenue shortfalls that have hit the economy. The Vehicle and Asset Dealers Association recently noted that they would hit the streets on July 9 if their concerns are not addressed. This is because the tax is seriously affecting their businesses. But speaking at a media engagement a while ago, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta said the review was based on some concerns raised by stakeholders.
Anytime you bring something new, you need to be able to make the assessment that you're talking about. You have all sorts of variables playing. We've just also reduced vehicle importation taxes by 30%. So, that immediately changes whether the cars are coming in because of 1,000 cedis that an individual will pay, or whether the 30% reduction. But whatever it is, it's been 9 months. We want to assess its impact. We want to assess the name. We want to see whether the capacity is an issue. We want to see whether the pricing is an issue. So all of that will come to play. I mean, we have changed a few things with our taxation since we came. So this will not be new. I think it's a constant dynamic thing. We will listen, and then we'll look at the analysis, and then we'll make a decision. But in terms of the fundamental need for this tax, that is unequivocal.
The minister also noted that they will be hard on compliance going forward to help them meet the target for the rest of the year.
When we came in, we abolished a slew of 17 odd nuisance taxes. We reduced electricity. So, I mean, in terms of the totality, as to what this government is doing to ease the pain of living conditions, it's clear. So when people, sort of isolate, the specific things that affect them as opposed to what broadly we have done in the country, that is a challenge of where the media should put it up front. Is this happening? Then I have the issue of, therefore, compliance to be able to raise revenue. And I think that's going to be something that's really important. We are now currently doing about 12.6% revenue to GDP. I think peer group countries are doing about 19%. So you can see the gap that we have to do in terms of expanding the tax net. That's also another area that we have to take care of. So that, and then a commitment for people to pay their taxes. So I think compliance is going to be a really big thing going forward.
It is not clear for now how the review will be done, but it's likely that the tax could be scrapped or reviewed the percentage level on each vehicle, subject to Cabinet's approval for the mid-year review before July 31 this year.
Meanwhile, Ghana will soon end reliance on importation of bitumen and polymer-modified bitumen, PMB, needed for road construction. This follows a joint venture agreement between GOIL and Société Multinationale de Bitume, SMB, of La Côte d'Ivoire. The agreement will see to the construction of a plant and depot to process and store bitumen to serve the local market. Acting Managing Director of GOIL, Kwame Prempe, says Ghana's bitumen deficit makes the project very crucial. Construction of the bitumen plant and depot in Tema will be completed within 2 years at a cost of $35 million. GOIL's partnership with SMB dates back to 2003 when GOIL decided to enter the bitumen market, which was dominated by multinationals. It was also to stimulate competition in the road sector in order to lower costs of bitumen. Following several years of technical and commercial meetings, the dream to build a bitumen plant and depot has now become a reality. After a sword-cutting ceremony graced by the Energy Minister John Peter Amewu and other stakeholders, Acting CEO of GOIL, Kwame Prempe, is elated.
Over the past 4 years, they need 480,000 metric tons of bitumen and PMB for our roads. We believe that this is a giant step which will help us contribute to the road sector, which will make road construction cheaper. Because of course, instead of importing, they will have the material right here in Tema, and we will help in that regard. We believe also that it will help us to expand our portfolio. As you heard, GOIL, we are expanding our portfolio. We are not no more selling just petrol and diesel. No, we are selling aviation fuel. We are going to the mines. We are fueling the FPSO and other things. We are in the marine business as well.
Energy Minister John Peter Amewu, who represented President Akufo-Addo, says the project will create jobs for the youth.
Over the next 4 years, I was told we will require in excess of 4,000 metric tons of this product to complete our roads. What this means is job creativity, employment will be created for the teeming youth across the country. Mr. Chairman, the demand for the bitumen paved roads in Ghana keep growing, and the Ministry of Roads and Highways intends to rehabilitate and construct several thousands of kilometers of urban roads across the country. With the introductions of this product in Ghana, which is a very bold step of improving the lifespan of our roads.
Meanwhile, Chief Executive Officer of SMB, Mahamadou Doumbia, believes the project will enhance bilateral relationship between the two countries.
The objective here was to enhance peaceful business relationship with our sister country, Ghana, and put together South-to-South bilateral cooperation. At this juncture, I must commend most especially Mr. Patrick Akoroli, Ben Tokonum, and my dear dad, Nana Owusu Akwaneza, for the unrelenting effort towards achieving this mutually beneficial Ghana-Cote d'Ivoire cooperation venture.
According to the Ghana Highway Authority, the country will require about 400,000 metric tons of bitumen for its roads. Now, the International Chamber of Commerce, ICC, turns 100 years this year. Founded in 1919 in the aftermath of the First World War, the ICC has been at the forefront of advancing peace and prosperity globally. With members in more than 100 countries, the ICC represents 45 million companies and more than 1 billion workers worldwide. The ICC remains the only private sector organization to hold UN permanent observer status. Secretary General of the ICC Ghana, Emmanuel Doni Kwame, has been speaking to Joy Business about the chamber and its objectives.
Its insertion. Businessmen around the world realize that war itself, though brings some business opportunity to people, it's also a big hindrance to the growth of prosperity for the various individuals and for the business community as a whole. So right after the First World War in 1919, a group of businessmen in Paris came together to start the very first Chamber of Commerce. And the word Chamber of Commerce is now known everywhere. Countries have their national chambers of commerce. Towns have their local chambers of commerce. And then those who started the whole thing came up with the idea to have an ICC.
So live on the marketplace. Now, despite being one of the 10 key salt-producing countries in Africa, Ghana's salt industry has over the years not received much needed attention from government. Local salt miners in the Ketu South area of the Volta region at a recent stakeholder meeting raised concerns about how the thriving large-scale salt mining companies are gradually affecting their livelihoods. To ascertain the true picture, Joy Business with Third World Network, an NGO, took a tour of the area to find out what exactly is going on along the Keta Lagoon. There's more in this report.
Spanning Ghana's coastal line, the Keta Lagoon is one of the biggest attractions of the Volta region. The lagoon is the largest in the country and serves as a source of livelihood for thousands of local residents through fishing and salt mining. However, the increasing presence of large salt companies in the area, the residents say, is eroding their very source of livelihoods. Our first stop on the media tour was Anlong Afiadenigba. Here, residents lamented activities of large salt mining companies was affecting their fishing and small-scale salt mining.
Our parents mined the salt and we also grew up marketing this product. The salt has been beneficial to us over the years. I sold salt just to cater for my children to attend school. The coming of the white men brought us a lot of pain. Our men erected signposts to caution them on seizing our land. The activities of the white men became a barrier to our mining. In fact, the coming of these people have left us hungry, unemployed, and our children left the cities to seek for white-collar jobs. We need your help. None of our children can go to China and do what pleases them on that land. Yet, we allow these people to come and take our livelihood from us.
We only heard some men came from India and they came with grader to plane the land from Madina to Klinobukope. Our elders quickly approached them to stop their activities. Ever since they came, we rarely get the quantity of salt we used to get. It barely rains these days in this area, and their activities is really affecting us. Please help us to sack these people.
The community senior high school, the Anlong Afiadenigba Senior High School, is another casualty. Activities of nearby salt company has led to the rapid corrosion of the school structures by highly salinated waters and water pollution. I'm standing in what is a part of the school playing field for the Anlong Afiadenigba Senior High School. Now, to my left, students are happily going about their PE activities, that's their physical education activities. And then to my right here, you can see is a water body, looking quite sickly and unhealthy. Now, this water body used to be for rice farming. Originally, rice was being grown here. But as you can see, that is no longer the case. It's looking brownish and very unhealthy and contaminated. What we are learning is that residue from refined salt in a salt manufacturing company, you can see right behind me here, washes into this particular water, which is contaminating it and making it now unhealthy for growing anything, nor even supporting aquatic life here. I mean, if you look around me, nothing can actually thrive in this water. The loss of a livelihood for residents here in Anlong, these are among the many complaints that these community members are lamenting about. The negative impacts that some of these companies is having on their society and on their livelihoods. From Anlong Afiadenigba, the next stop was Dogbekope, another salt mining community within the Ketu district. The situation here is pretty much the same. Coconut trees found close to lagoons have not been spared the wrath of miners and the climate. Residents explained the drilling of water by salt companies, particularly Seven Seas, formerly known as Kensington, has wreaked havoc on their coconut farms as well as their source of drinking water.
We can't get good drinking water. All activities that puts food on our table has come to a sudden halt due to the activities of the white men.
came to seize our land. Nothing seems to be working for us. The whites planted pipes that help them to absorb water underground, which drains the water, and we are unable to get water. When you complain, all you hear is free SHS. Our coconut plants, our mining, and our fishing have come to a standstill. Several demonstrations yielded no fruit. The situation is worrying, and we need you to champion this cause for us to restore our land.
Community leader for Dogbekope, Mark Kweku-Walachi, says the town has written several times to the Minerals Commission and the EPA on how activities of 7C salt are affecting their community and unfair means by which the company acquired their concessions, but all to no avail. They want the company to cease operations.
They are insisting that we should necessarily get a license before we work in the lagoon, but we are saying there is no place left. They have sold out the whole place. Even if we obtain the license, where are we going to work with it? We are not going to work anywhere with a license, and therefore it's useless getting it.
But as a community, have you made the effort to get the Minerals Commission to give you the license?
Yeah, people are fighting for us. NGOs are fighting for us. They are working very hard, and we expect that at the end of the day, they will succeed. That is our only hope. No other hope anywhere. The community is suffering very much. We have no drinking water. Our trees, our coconut trees are withering. Our water becomes salty, dirty, and things like that. So, I mean, we are suffering.
And has the company tried to, any social interventions to help the community?
Not, never. As we are saying, we confronted the investors here, and we repelled them. We asked them to go away. And so they left away. Before they left, they wrote an undertaking saying that they would never come back until we permitted them to come. Ever since that time, they never came. But they are still pumping the water away from us so that we would not be able to do anything with the lagoon.
So what do you want to be done right now?
We want the pumping of the underground water to stop immediately.
Providing alternative sources of livelihood for your community members. Have you considered any such issues?
No, we have not. We insist that we should come back to our own work, our own livelihood, which is fishing and salt winning. We want that only and not anything else.
With all these allegations, our media team set off to meet the management of 7Cs, the company in question. Formerly known as Kensington Salt Industries Limited, 7C Salt Limited was certified to commence business in March 2009. The company acquired part of its concession from West Africa Goldfields Limited with approval from the Minerals Commission. The company currently holds 7,299.41 acres of land in its concession. Led by the Public Relations Officer, Adams Mensah, management explains the activities have been approved by the EPA and are not accountable for the challenges within the community.
It is the one from Togo and Accra that waters this area. Now Togo also has a dam. So that river is no longer flowing that much. And on Accra we have many dams. The latest one is at Poglu. So that is where the limitations are. So this area fund is very difficult getting water unless there is more rainfall. So now that we have land that is not having water for us to get our fish, either we do that artificially or we move to another side, that is production of salt.
Is that what you wish?
You are asking me what do I propose? I am telling you that as we cannot get the water naturally, we can get it through what? Artificial means. By way of what? Having a borehole and be pumping. If we do that, we can get the water. Through that, we can get our fish. We can even get that water, which eventually will lead to what? Salt. we reach a stage where we need to get maximum benefit out of our land space. We are becoming more and more, and the land space is the same as created by God. So we need to be getting maximum out of the limited space that we have. That is all about technology that I'm talking about.
But despite the explanation, the youth of Adina, a community in which 7 Seas owns over 4,000 acres of salt concession, insist the use of underground water by the company has affected their water supply. The people of Adina and surrounding communities have since long agitated against the presence of 7 Seas. These resulted in violent clashes in 2013 and 2015, which led to severe injuries and destruction of the company's properties. But a more severe demonstration in 2017 led to the death of one youth from a stray bullet by police officers called to the scene. The youth say they are not perturbed and are ready to fight for their land.
Because in my house, even where we are, I have one salt pond there. I'm no more using it because of them. If you go to my room, there's no water. My house, there's no water in the house right now. I have to wake up every morning around 3 o'clock. And if I oversleep, I wake up around 6. I will not get water to bath. Why? And it's because of them, because of the drainage from the ground. We force them to do that or to use the sea. But they say, oh no, even when you go right now, you go to the company right now to tell them something, they will say, okay, they've heard you. That's what they will say. They will do something about it, and later on, that is the final. They will never mind you. You see, they will never. We try our best, everything possible to let them use the sea, but they said no, they will not. So, we the youth, we have come to agreement that if they also refuse to help us, we also face them. This time around, when it will come, we are sure that it will come big in such a way that we will demonstrate against them. Even they can continue to shoot us. We want to die now because we are ready to die.
So if they will go by the rules and regulation by using the sea salt, the sea water, we will accept them to stay. But if they are not ready, to use the sea, then we will be very, 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 very angry with them for them to leave.
So if you say you'll be very angry, now your brother here just technically waged war against them, said they are willing to die. Is that really the situation here with the youth?
Yeah, that is the situation with the youth here. We are really, really angry to die because in future, our children that we've given birth to will come and stand against us. My father, you were among before this company came here, and you see the damages that the company has given to us. So we don't want our children to come and point fingers at us that we caused this whole lot of problems behind. So we want to put something better down for our children to come and then live in. We don't want our children to come and suffer like how we are suffering today.
Management of 7 Seas, however, believe educating the communities on the enormous benefits and potential of the salt business will be required to resolve the impasse. Although it's unclear whether the activities of the salt mining companies like 7 Seas is really to be blamed for the environmental challenges in the communities, the agitations bring to light the poor management, inadequate attention, and the failure of the state to ensure the right procedures are followed to protect the livelihoods of mining communities. For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
Sheila Tamaklo wrapping up this afternoon's edition of the Marketplace, and of course for the week. Thank you so much for keeping company with me. My name is Emmanuel Abuaji Wiafe. Enjoy the weekend, and let's meet again on Monday.